Welcome back. Today I have more news on War of the Worlds, and I have more of your questions answered as well as some pretty major development progress, so stick around and stay tuned. Before we start, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. It happened a lot quicker than I expected, and it is really awesome to see the channel grow this fast. I'm thinking about getting into streaming here on YouTube as well, by the way, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to watch me streaming various different games. Obviously when the War of the Worlds game comes out, I'll be streaming that as well as making videos on it, but in the meantime I'd like to play a lot of different games, so if you let me know what sort of games you want to see besides War of the Worlds, just let me know in the comments and I'll have a look, so comment below. Anyway, I wanted to first mention that the developer has posted on Discord the other day how he's made some big improvements and reworks on the military AI, which includes the helicopters, land units and infantry. Now, I like that last bit as we haven't really seen much or anything even really to do with infantry specifically, so it'll be really interesting to see some gameplay on that. Now, you may have noticed that the helicopters are extremely fast at the moment in the game. They move like pretty much at the same speed that the planes do. And it wouldn't surprise me if this rework changed the speed at which the helicopters moved, so hopefully now they're a bit slower like they are in real life. Next week we are expecting some more gameplay on the official YouTube channel for the game, so fingers crossed we get to see some more work on the military AI in that. Moving on, the dev recently made a post on Patreon showing off the changes to the ambient sounds and weather, so when you're inside buildings you won't have rain coming through the ceiling, and the sound of weather and other ambient noises will be more muffled when you enter buildings, which is a nice little immersive touch. Unfortunately, I still can't show off any of the Patreon footage yet, so for now, you'll just have to imagine what that sounds like and looks like, but hopefully this will also be in the public video coming next week. Moving on to some of your questions, I have spoken to the developer and got your answers. First one being, will there be private multiplayer lobbies so you can play only with your friends if you want to? To which he answered, there will be both private matches as well as public ones, which, let's be honest, is a good thing all round really. Next question you guys asked, will tripods take humans out of cages and pin them to the ground like in the basement scene and like harvest their blood and stuff? So the developer actually said yes, I have plans for that, so it's not in the game yet, but it most certainly will be. I really do like this because you may find you stumble across a tripod that's about to do this and you might just be hiding inside a building looking out in horror just watching it, and it will add to all the other creepy stuff that you'll experience throughout the invasion. And also, you maybe, if you're feeling brave, you might be able to try and do something about it, try and save them, especially if it's like a player or something, so the opportunities for there are pretty good. Next one was, will players be able to use rowboats to cross large bodies of water? Now, this is a bit of a specific request, and unsurprisingly the developer has said there are no plans to add rowboats into the game. By the looks of it, it'll be an entirely land-based game, apart from the ferry scene of course. You also asked, will there perhaps be a reskin down the road to the game to make it look a lot more like the H.G Wells novel version of the tripods and etc, with like the interplanetary ball things and all that, which again, unsurprisingly, the dev also said he has no plans to implement this either. Now, it's expected that, as it's a lot of work really to do all this, and most people won't really care for it. I know that there is quite a few of you that like this version of War of the Worlds, but the game's theme is based on the 2005 film, so he'd have to completely redesign the world to accommodate it, and I personally don't think that it's worth it. Next question you also asked was, will supplies like food and water respawn, or will it just be whatever spawns at the start of the game, be everything? And will, they slowly dwindle throughout the invasion as it progresses? To which the dev said that supplies and loot will not respawn, so what you get at the beginning of the invasion is all you get, so you've got to try and make resources last and conserve everything, and because you won't be able to loot a cupboard and then come back the next day and then find that it's filled again, which is a good thing in my opinion, because it will force you to go from town to town and into new areas to look for more stuff. There was one more thing that I got asked on Discord, which I haven't actually asked the developer yet, but I will get onto that, and that is that in the first few days of the invasion there shouldn't be too many tripods that spawn, as part of the vibe of the story is showing the breakdown of society. So you should see other humans turning on each other and robbing and killing each other, and seeing the military trying to fight off the invaders. Now, the reason why is so that the part of the horror is the looming danger of not knowing when you'll suddenly encounter a tripod, rather than seeing them everywhere you go constantly. Now, I do understand that, but also at the same time, if there's only a few that spawn to begin with, I feel like it would be more manageable by the military, and the whole vibe you get throughout the movie is that, the aliens arrive in force and batter the military, so I'm definitely on the fence about this idea. I like that there shouldn't be too many, because it will end up being a cluster on the map, and at the same time, the might of the invaders needs to be felt, you know. So at the moment, I personally believe the only reason you see so many tripods immediately in the game is just because the developer's testing the game out. So it's easier to just have loads spawn in immediately so that he can just jump straight in and test the changes that he's made. When the game is released, however, there will be an option to adjust the settings for the invasion, like so you can reduce the pod count to what you like. I mean, I may still speak to the dev about this to get his input, but I don't think this is going to be an issue. You know, there needs to be that looming danger, definitely, but at the same time, there are meant to be quite a lot of these tripods, and as long as there's enough in keeping with the scale of the map, I think it'll be fine. Anyways, that's pretty much everything I have. If you want to check out the game's progress for yourself, do check the links in the description where you can find the Steam store page, the game's YouTube channel, and their Patreon if you fancy giving a bit of financial support. I have also added my own Discord in there where you can chat to members of this community and myself on a more one-to-one level, so if you want to join that, there's also a link to that below. Currently, there's about 10 spaces left to fill the first 100 members role, and that is just decreasing rapidly, so if you want to get part of the first 100 club, you got to get in there quick if you want to snag that role on the server, as once you reach 100, that is it. I haven't actually thought of a role yet for everyone else, but the first 100 club is about to be full, so better hurry up on that one. Also, again, just a quick reminder, let me know in the comments if you want to see me streaming some other games on the channel, as I'd like to see what other games you'd enjoy watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, as it helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Don't forget, if you tick the bell icon, you do get a notification when I post a new video, so it's definitely worth doing. And also, about 90% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed to me, so you know what to do. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.